Who? Who? Like Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, Miss Starr. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Whoa, a triple-decker. God dang it. Out of deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland model says, that won't be a disappointment. Oh, you won't be disappointed. What she's going to pull out of her lunchbox this time. Decisive evidence. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now to the matter of the victim's shoe, did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. The shoe proves that it's a flawless decisive evidence. But why would there be blood on the shoe? What? There was blood found on the shoe? Try Lunchland for all of your lunch and decisive evidence needs. I don't believe you. Witness, what is the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence? Simple, as I've already said. I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had a blood test performed? Didn't I mention I have 3 boyfriends in forensics? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. Rule 1, no evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Right? It seems so. Edgeworth is sure celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective, as I mentioned previously. This shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. No, yes. Did I read this? I forget. In a short moment, I paused the recording to talk. Is that right, Mr. Wright? It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study more evidence law, really. Well, sorry. I don't have reason to produce evidence usually. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rules of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against your witness. Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Alana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Why is there blood from Lana Sky here? Yeah, who cares? Did you not bring this up? 2 types of blood. One, of course, was the victim. And yeah, why? You can't say for sure that the blood belongs to the defendant with a blood test. And you claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types, A, B, O, and AB. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there, which means that we can more or less narrow any sample down to just 1 person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA tested results. But they said they'd be little doubts it could be anyone but Miss Lana Sky. So far the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. Well, that ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was going to say that. I don't think it is. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with this victim's shoe? First off, how the heck you lose a whole shoe? Wait a minute. First off, she's wearing black shoes. Yes, I have a problem. Now, I'm not imagining things. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. A clear contradiction. That gleams in your eye. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Well, shut up. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is the contradictory about the victim's shoe? Show us a problem with this evidence.
Take that!
The problem with this evidence is here. Where? Take that finger and point it at your own head, Mr. Wright. But no, it's true. The problem is the whole shoe. Like, look at it. The whole shoe's wrong. Why can't I just point at it? Guess that wasn't it. Mr. Wright, let's be scientific about this. Examine the evidence. As I thought, a waste of time. Well, that was a nice break. Let's return to the testimony, shall we? But it's true. No, do I present it here, the photo?
Objection!
No. Like, I was for sure it had to be there. And I can examine this, right, and flip it all around. Yep, that is indeed a shoe. Zoom in. Yep, those are blood. Ah, there's blood here too! On the sole of the shoes. It's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a... Oh, he must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood, it's horrible! This blood might be an important clue. Oh, right, the victim was wearing white shoes. Never mind, carry on. This blood, it's my sister's, right? It appears so. Lana's right hand was bandaged when I saw her in jail. She must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Okay, so the thing that's wrong about this... Let's save just so we don't game over. Actually, game over would refresh our tries, but that's beside the point. So... Yes, I want to press here. Yep, I'm fighting this. Yeah, if your fish guts... There's a problem. Yep, problem. Yeah, of course there's a problem. I'll show you where it is. Don't you test me on this. And the problem is... Whoop! Here. I wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of this shoe. Hey, don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be blood... Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoes. Indeed, there is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. And it makes sense, the victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly be contradictory about the blood at the bottom of the shoes? I don't know. The fact that there's no pool of blood here? The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why weren't any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. On this picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and found nothing of the sort. Order, order, order. Well, witness? What? Huh? Great going, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of footprint is a contradiction, but then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Shut up, Edgeworth. Oh, I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, that one. A leopard woman. Roy. Yeah. I thought that was a strange thing for the normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory.
Witness, well, was the oil drum empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still, don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason?
Aha! You don't mean...
Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason, and one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would become evidence against her.
Edgeworth. That ties things quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's shoes tie her quite clearly to this murder. And after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs.
Why, that's the prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. That reminds me, Miss Guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So, that's when my sister blood got onto the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
But Mr. Wright, do something, please. What? What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime, and she tried to conceal it. But... Enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecutor's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky.
Who's saying hold it? Who's saying hold it? Who's saying hold it? Why? Little girl, what did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Star, that's not the same voice she's had throughout this whole trial, whatever, was on the prosecutor's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing her bloody footprints. Well, I thought you had your fill here, but here you are, demanded a second helping. Another lunchbox? A lunchbox called evidence.
Well, wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
The time for deliberation is past. Any further comment and you will be held in contempt of court. Your threat don't scare the cop. Look at this.
A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
But Mr. Wright, wait, look at that footprint. Wait, look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from this court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed away with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. What is it? I'm sorry, Mia. Alright, what or not? Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt, take another good look. Don't give up, not until the other end. Why can we hear Mia? This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well.
But I want to look at this photo closer. Oh, we didn't get the photo. Screw you, game.
Objection!
Yeah. Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdict in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait?
No, it can't. Then it'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. The trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, right, are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah? I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose since we have come this far, We should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. Muffler! Not in terms of a scarf, but in terms of the car!
Take that!
The problem in this photograph is here. What's this? There's something poking out the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor.
You just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in this photograph.
A muffler is also part of a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of an exhaust system, a pipe.
I see, and I see. What's that suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler?
So what if there's something sticking out the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing, absolutely nothing. Aha. But you yourself made this relevant. Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why that is important to this case. You said as much in your testimony. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us what you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case.
Phone. We're on our last leg here. I just realized how close to death's door we are. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler? Ugh. Yarg. Could it be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually the exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Oh, whoa. Okay, fine, goodbye. Haha. Stalling for time, as always.
Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any questions unanswered, here we do disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until we have seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose so. Whew, that was close. But we've made it at least for now.
This court will adjourn for 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry? To be continued. Well, I'll see you guys when we do the next part of the trial. So, save up to this point? Yes. So, I'll see you guys next time when we go to trial ladder. So, for now, bye.